welcome to Post Oak, Virginia for tonight's late season battlefield matchup between two old rivals. It's the homestand of Spotsylvania Knights and your James Monroe Yellow Jackets. I'm Herman Kay alongside Bob Blackburn, bringing you tonight's game on Cox Channel 18 and 83 and Verizon Channel 41 on the Education Station. You can also check us out on the World Wide Web at regionalwebtv.com. Well, the Yellow Jackets hope to bounce back, Bob, tonight after last week's setback against the Chancellor Chargers. The Yellow Jackets were defeated 24-7 on their homecoming. That's got to hurt a little bit.
It does, and I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. Hope they take it out. Okay.
So the James Monroe offense and defense struggled to gain any traction against a tough Chancellor football team. Quarterback Zach Davis found receiver Chris Reeves, that's Chris Reeves Williams, for a couple of nice plays in the passing game, but it was not. John Smith provided a 18-yard TD to close out the scoring on the night. Yellow Jackets had a tough time last week against Chancellor. Bob, the defense seemed to have held up in the first half, only giving up 14 points in the first half of that game.
Gave them a chance.
Yep, gave them a shot at it. So the Yellow Jackets went into the halftime trailing by the score of 14-0 and just could not generate any offense in the second half of that football game.
Now, how about Sean Smith? Is he? It looked like he might have been injured last game. He's okay?
I think it was a sprained ankle last week, so he should be. Don't have an injury report on what his condition is for tonight's ball game, but I would think Sean is ready to go for tonight's football game. Defensively, the Yellow Jackets struggled with their balanced attack of the Charger offense. They forced 2 turnovers, but were unable to make the timely stops needed. Tonight's game is big for the Yellow Jackets for playoff positioning. Coach Survey's sole goal every year is to reach Game 11 and let the chips fall from there. So Coach Survey, once again, Bob, we're kind of spoiled, aren't we?
We are. Game 11 is kind of like, okay.
We're talking about the second season, the playoff part of the regular season. The Yellow Jackets, I think, 14 years in a row they've made it to the playoffs?
It seems like that, and a lot of those years they made it to game 14.
That's right. We're talking about the championship game. Second-year head coach Al Johnson brings the Spotsylvania Knight football team into tonight's game with a 1-6 record. The Knights picked up their lone win against the Washington Lee Eagles a few weeks ago. Last week, Spotsylvania fell victim to the Cortland Cougars by the score of 64-0. Spotsy thrives on their ball control. Wing T offense led by quarterback Walker Johnson. Here's your kick. It's going to be a short kick taken at about the 7 and a run up the middle out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. So Spotsylvania, not bad field position, Bob, to open up this football game.
No, and it's starting to drip a little bit, and I don't know if that'll be a factor. And of course, there was a deluge earlier in the day. So it could be worse, but it looks like it's okay. It looks like the footing's good.
So Spotsylvania will have it first and 10 yards to go to open up this football game at their 27-yard line. Glad to have you along on Channel 18 and Channel, we'll get to that in a
83?
minute. 83.
Okay.
Thanks, partner. Knights keep it on the ground, a gain of maybe 2 yards on that run around the right side. The Yellow Jackets, you can bet, Bob, they're fired up tonight. They don't like what Chancellor did to them last week.
No, you know that hurt their pride, and I think tonight they can get themselves prepped for a big challenge next week.
So the Yellow Jackets will play a lot of man coverage on the back end to load more guys in the box against the run. So let's see if they overload inside. There's a run and no gain on the play. Gang tackling by the Yellow Jackets. Loss of a yard. That's going to set up a third down and about 10 yards to go for Spotsylvania. Every time I come out here, Bob, I have to remember the state championship game.
Yeah.
96 state championship game.
Well, there's grass visible.
Right, I mean, it was raining like monsoon season.
Wasn't it? Wow.
So third, and we'll say 9.5 yards to go for Spotsylvania. Quarterback fumbles the football. It's on the ground, a pile up on the far side. Some of the JM players sick.
Yeah, I think we got it.
No indication. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Spotsy got in there and got it back, so it's going to be fourth down and about 13 yards to go for the Knights. Punter standing right around his 11-yard line. Need a good snap here. They were punished last week by Cortland.
Wow, were they ever? Yeah.
Low snap, and it gets off a ugly punt off the side of the foot, out of bounds in front of the Spotsylvania bench at the 43-yard line. So excellent field position there by James Monroe.
Yeah, the good news is they gained 20 yards, and from that fumble thing.
Yeah. So James Monroe coming into tonight's ball game 5-2 on the season. Spotsylvania 1-6. They beat W&L Bob to get that lone win of the season. Let's see if the Yellow Jackets go up top here on first down. So it's first and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at the Spotsy 44-yard line. Two receivers split to the far side of the field. Quarterback under center. That's something we haven't seen in a while. A handoff, huge hole into the secondary, out down to about the 30-yard line. A gain of about 14 yards on that gallop off tackle on the left side.
That's A.J.
Johnson on the carry for the Yellow Jackets, and they move the chain on the far side. Yellow Jackets, a little different formation here tonight, Bob.
Yeah,
And again, they run it again. Another
he's gone.
20-yard gain down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. So 3 successive plays by the Yellow Jackets, and they picked up 3 first downs.
Looking, they're going without a huddle. Oh, wow.
Hurry up for the Yellow Jackets. And now we're getting a timeout by Spotsylvania. Knights, they got to figure out a way here, Bob, to stop this momentum by the Yellow Jackets, as the Yellow Jackets picked up 3 first downs. Timeout on the field. No score from Partlow, Virginia. No, we're not at Partlow. Where are we? Postal. Postal. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Post Oak, Virginia, home of the Spotsylvania Knights. Spotsylvania taking a timeout, Bob. They wanted to set the defense. The Yellow Jackets just pounding the ball down inside, picking up great yards on those running plays.
Yeah, I was just looking down the line there on the roster. They are not a big team at all.
No, real small, Spotsylvania. Yeah. First and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the Spotsy 9-yard line. Zach Davis under center, turns, hands off, and the Knights come up big on defense. No gain on that running play. That's going to set up a second and goal.
Yeah, and AJ's gotten all 3 calls, and he got used to making long yardage, and if they held him to 3 or 4, then that was not a good play, right?
Well, you got to dance with who brung you. All of those long running plays, Bob, came to the left side.
Uh-huh.
And they're running right, and they get a huge hole into the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown. No, they're going to spot it 6 inches shy of getting into the end zone.
Yeah.
That was Johnson again on the carry for James Monroe. Yellow Jackets with no huddle here. I like the idea they've got Zach under center, not operating from
I do too.
And a quarterback keeper by Zach. And did he get in? Yes.
Okay, we'll call it a 1-yard plunge.
Davis with the quarterback keeper. Looked a lot like Bob Blackburn on it.
Yeah, let somebody else bring it down there. No. I'm not
Bob, you didn't do that, did you? You didn't let Horace do all the work, then you take it in.
Oh, me.
Zach Davis getting the Yellow Jackets on the board. Here we are set for the extra point here. Here's your snap to hold. The kick is up by Marine. He booms it through, and it is good. Timeout on the field with 8:42 to go in this opening quarter. It's James Monroe 7, Spots to nothing. We'll be back to Postal coming up after this. Welcome back to Spotsylvania High School, 7-0 our score. Yellow Jackets took that opening possession, marched it down the field, and it was Zach Davis who snuck it in from a yard out.
Looks like all systems are rolling on offense anyway. And
a little payback time here by the Yellow Jackets.
It might be. They're going to take it out.
They limped into this game licking the wound from that big loss to Chancellor. There's your kick. It goes out of bounds on the far side.
Can they kick it again, you think?
I think they can take it on the 35.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to do. You're right, Herman.
Now, we've been broadcasting a long time, but we've never championed the rules of the game.
Yeah. Well, they change them and stuff. They change them.
Yeah. I think what we'll do next year, Bob, is we'll go to school. We'll go to referee school. 1st and 10 for Spotsylvania at the 35. Guess what?
Yeah.
I was right. How did that happen? Knights keep it on the ground. Yeah, I want to also, we've got an outstanding professional crew here with us tonight. Got Logan on camera. His dad, Chris, on drums. But Chris has a lot to do with this program here for years out of Spotsylvania because he coaches his young guys and get them ready for what you see out there on that high school football program. So,
yeah, I know they won
congratulations
last week.
to Chris. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 2nd down, movement but no flag and a run in the middle. Might have picked up a yard on that running play. Ball just outside the 40 to about the 41-yard line. So Knights faced here, Bob, with a 3rd and about 3 yards to go for Spotsy.
So they're calling their offense a wing T. I could have sworn I saw a pro set in the first series, but now they're definitely...
all that misdirection stuff. And, counter plays. 3rd and about 3 yards to go for Spotsy. At their 41-yard line. They keep it on the ground, and the Yellow Jackets come up big on defense. A yard gain, and that was a run on the right side. Number 2 coming out that's Walker Johnson. Freshman quarterback, 6 foot, 160. Coming to get a play. They might go for it here, Bob. I think they are.
Yeah,
See, Logan is shaking his head.
Yeah. They are.
4th
right.
and 2 yards to go. Knights going for it here on 4th down. And let's see, gutsy call early in this football game. And they keep it on the ground. That late surge out of running back might have given them the 1st down.
Yeah, but the initial hit, if he'd have gone down there, they would have stopped him short. I thought for sure they had.
Well, the Knights gambled and win. He was hit behind a line of scrimmage, but he fell forward and picked up that 1st down. So you got to credit that running back with a great job with the lean and picking up that 1st down. So 1st and 10 for the Knights. That's their first down of the football game. Man in motion to the near side, and there's that counter inside. The Yellow Jackets stayed home, maybe a pickup of a yard on that running play. On the right side.
Wow. The Jacket linebackers, when they hit you, they hit you.
And you're going to see that wing T again, a wing T formation again next week. When the Knights, when the Cortland Cougars come to town.
Yeah, they almost invented it for this area.
You're absolutely right, Bob. I think they have the patent for the Delaware wing T here in Spotsylvania. 2nd and 8 facing the Knights. A pitch, run, nice play, and a nice cut back to the inside, down into JM territory to about the 43-yard line. We got an injured JM player down.
Let's see if I can pick up on who that is.
See if it's a leg cramp. So now we're going to get an official's injury timeout.
There'll be a timeout on the field while an injured Yellow Jacket is
It's either number 1 or number 7. I hope it's not.
Look like number 1, I think.
Number 1.
Gilson. Ty Gilson, the injured JM player. Certain hope it is a leg cramp.
Yeah, that they can fix pretty quickly. It looks like they are stretching it out for him. In fact, both of his legs.
And I'm trying to see what actually happened. Might have been undercut there, Bob, because he went down. A player looked like it might have rolled up on his leg. Mm-hmm. And they're still down there attending to that injured JM player.
I think more players are injured being around the tackle.
Oh, yeah.
Than any other way.
Week number 7 scores. Riverbend beat Freedom 28-13. Colonia Forge 28, Hilton 27. Thomas Dale topped Petersburg 42-12. Massaponax 37, Potomac 7. Brook Point blasted Mountain View 62-41. North Stafford 17, Stafford 7. King George shut out Caroline by the score of 35-0. Got to watch those Foxes, Bob.
Yeah.
Cortland 64, Spotsylvania 0. And Liberty beat Culpeper 22-7. All of scoring in week 7 of this year's football season.
Yeah, we had a little article in the paper today about the Foxes and how they have some challenges coming up, and I think they meant one of them were JM.
Yellow Jackets encroachment coming across the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And a couple of other scores, Bob. It was Hopewell beating Colonial Heights 55-28. Easton View 37, Brentsville 14. And Monroe by the score of 20.
First loss for Brentsville? I know they're having a good season. I didn't know whether it was their first loss or not.
Well, I'm sorry, Bob. I called that encroaching by the Yellow Jackets, but somebody on that interior offensive line moved for Spotsylvania, so we can watch the play again. And we see a little head bob from one of the tackles on the far side.
You can't do that.
Nope. 1st and 15 yards to go for Spotsylvania. Handoff, run, off guard. Wow. Left side runs right into a brick wall.
Yeah, and look at that, helping him up. I love that. Cord Lucas. Come on, man. Get up because
Cord is a player.
He's playing. He wants to get him up so he can hit him again.
Loss of yards on that running play. That's going to set up a 3rd down. And about 14 yards. No, it's going to be 2nd down, and 13 yards to go for Spotsylvania. Ball at the James Monroe 47-yard line. 4:47 to go in this opening quarter. 7-0, James Monroe. Quarterback sets his offense. And inside reverse and a nice run. Shedding tacklers.
Not bad.
Boy, he looked like Eric Dickerson on that run.
Yeah, taking the hits and rolling.
So a good play. That's going to set up 3rd down. And it's going to be 2-down territory here for Spotsy Bob to try to pick up this 1st down. Ball down inside the James Monroe 40 to about the 37-yard line. So Spotsy trying to put together a drive here. You know, and the best thing about Spotsy controlling the time of possession, Yellow Jackets don't have it. They can't score.
You're right.
3rd and 3.
There's some yards.
And they get yards, and the Yellow Jackets got to be a little bit concerned what Spotsylvania's offense is doing to them right now.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a total mismatch, but these guys are doing a job.
Yes. Well, we've said it before. The Yellow Jackets play. Everybody wants to beat James Monroe.
You know that. That's the common denominator.
Wrapping them up, Bob, but you're not solid hits on these running backs. That time he was hit in the hole, but the running back managed to fall forward and picked up additional yards. So you're going to have to stop these guys in their tracks and not allow them to pick up extra yards.
Yeah, I think the D will step up here in a couple of minutes and maybe even knock a ball loose. Don't they lead the league in fumble recovery?
Yeah. 2nd and 8 yards to go for Spotsylvania. And that time he runs right into a brick wall. Maybe 6 inches to a foot on that play. That was Waller on the carry for Spotsylvania.
3rd down and 6.
Yeah, at 3rd and 6, that's a decision throw. He probably won't throw and he probably won't make it. But
well,
I've been wrong a lot before.
Oh, you have. 3rd down and 6 yards to go for Spotsylvania. And a nice run in the middle. Going to be short of picking up the 1st down, but that hole was open there.
Wasn't it? Yeah. So that was pretty much like a trap play. And
Terrell Malaki on the carry for Spotsy. And number 2 getting those, that's Walker Johnson, Bob, the freshman quarterback, 6 foot 160. 4th and a yard to go for Spotsylvania. They went for it before and made it.
Yeah, let's see if those linebackers can get in the backfield.
So the Spotsylvania coach now is going to take a timeout. Didn't like that defensive alignment by James Monroe, so the Spotsy coach taking a timeout here. 2:17 to go in opening quarter. Surprising 7-0 JM lead. Back after this. Welcome back, Spotsylvania High School. And we're Spotsylvania faced with a 4th and a yard to go here. And the game clock is running down. I mean, they just ran the clock down, so it's 2:17 to go in this 1st quarter. I don't know. You watch the clock. The clock was running a little bit ago.
Something's going on.
A little strange here. 4th and a yard to go for Spotsylvania. Yellow Jackets jumping off sides.
Oh, a little anxious there.
Yeah, Spots with the hard count.
Is encroachment by JM. The resulting 5 yards will give Spotsylvania
Yeah.
Sounds like the PA announcer's having a quiz.
Yeah, that's right.
To the crowd.
I didn't quite hear the answer, did you?
I think you heard it 1st down. 1st and 10 yards to go for the Knights at the JM 12-yard line. Pitch, right side. And did he get into the end zone? No indication. They're going to say he stepped out around the 6-inch line. You know, their success, Spotsy's success, has come from running around the left side. They've found something there, and they continue to use it and finding success.
I don't know how they how they figured that, because the right side of the JM defensive line
is tough.
It is tough, yeah.
So it's 1st and goal for Spotsylvania at the James Monroe 1-yard line. One receiver split to the far right side of the field, one to the near side. Quarterback under center fumbles the football. It's loose football. Let's see a scrum, and let's see who's going to come up with that loose football.
Yeah, I can say they have it, but I don't know.
And they've got it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Spotsy fumbled the football down on the 1-foot line.
You know that's disappointing.
Yes.
I'll tell you what.
Disheartening, too, for Spotsylvania, who had a pretty good drive, Bob. They put together a nice drive, and only to fumble the football at the James Monroe 1-yard line. Injured Spotsy player down, laying right on that goal line.
See if I can pick up a number here.
Tonight's football schedule, it's Riverbend hosting Garfield, Woodbridge at Colonia Forge, Potomac at North Stafford, Stafford Indians hosting Brook Point tonight.
Ouch.
Mountain View at Massaponax, Caroline at Chancellor, and King George at Cortland High School.
Now, that would be the game of the week, would you say?
Which one?
King George and Cortland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cortland seems to be coming on. You know, not as strong as some of the teams we've seen in the past, but, they seem to play well in big games.
So is it at Cortland or King George?
Let me see, Doctor. It's King George at Cortland.
Okay.
Yep.
So they got to go in the den, huh?
Yep.
That's all right. They'll come out of the den next week, and we'll see what we can do with them.
That injured Spotsylvania player, that's the quarterback, Bob, who was injured.
Oh, don't need that, do
That's the guy that fumbled that football. He's not putting any weight on that right leg as he's being assisted off the field. So we certainly hope it's a temporary injury.
Yeah, he almost dropped that ball. I don't think he was hit that hard. So he may have turned to a handoff and turned his knee or something.
Well, when you have a pileup like that, people have the tendency to pick out your legs and fall on them.
Yeah.
I used to do that. let me take care of this guy's legs over here.
And that'll do it.
1st and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at their 1-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets tackled. Is he into it? No, he got it out. That was close to a safety by Spotsylvania.
Wow.
What a defensive play. And that was number 32, Bob, for Rendell Baker coming up to make the play and almost picked up the safety there.
Wow, nice hit. I noticed the Jackets went back to their shotgun.
You know, they got something. Tell me what's wrong here. The ball was on the 1-yard line, correct?
Right.
It was 1st and 10 from the James 1-yard line. They've got 2nd and 12 now. How does that happen?
I bet it doesn't.
Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground, out across the 5 to about the 6-yard line. You couldn't lose 2 yards. It wasn't 2 yards to lose.
Exactly. You lose 2 yards, you lose 2
it's
points.
It's a safety.
Right.
So 3rd and 7 yards to go for James Monroe. Ball at the James Monroe 6-yard line. And let's see, what would you call down here, Bob?
Something maybe that you can bounce off tackle or something, and see if you can get.
You don't risk throwing the ball, do you?
No.
Okay. 3rd and about 7 yards to go. Yellow Jackets handoff, run around the right side. 1st down and more into the secondary. Nice run. It's a foot race up the sideline. Midfield into Spotsylvania territory. One more block, and he gets it. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds, but it's a touchdown.
My goodness, what a run.
What a run.
I was looking up the field to see if there's any laundry down. Don't see any, do you? We're going to have to figure out the yardage on that thing. Ball was on the
6-yard line.
94-yarder.
94-yard touchdown run from the line of scrimmage. Who was that masked man?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
Number 3 for the Yellow Jackets.
Okay.
That's Divine Ford with a 94-yard touchdown run from the line of scrimmage. It was a foot race when he got into Spotsylvania territory.
I love that speed.
But I tell you, I mean, it's disaster there because they fumbled the ball, and the Yellow Jackets fumbled on this extra point attempt. And let's see, it's going to be a 2-point conversion attempt by the Yellow Jackets. And that was...
On the snap. Pass by Davis is complete.
So the 2-point conversion attempt was good for the Yellow Jackets.
So it's planned but unplanned.
Yeah, it was a low snap. So they had to improvise, and a receiver was standing wide open right around the goal line. They connected on that. 15 seconds to go in this first quarter. Our score is James Monroe 15 and Spotsylvania nothing. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Spotsylvania High School. 15-0. 15 seconds to go. Is that 15 minute 52?
Oh, no, that's definitely 15 seconds. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's Logan with those young eyes. See? There's your kick, end over end kick. It hits, and it's going to be up 10-yard line. And it gets out to about the 13-yard line. 8.7 seconds to go in this first quarter. So Spotsylvania, Bob, will have time enough to... you got some important information there, don't you?
Let's see. Yeah, we got some important games coming up next week. Let's see. Brentsville will be at Kettle Run. Petersburg at Prince George. Hopewell at Matoka. Thomas Jefferson at Glen Allen. William Monroe at Central Woodstock. Manassas Park at Culpeper. George Wythe at L.C. Bird. And Spotsylvania. Oh, wait a minute. This is tonight's games. I'm sorry.
That's going to be... yeah, wait a minute.
Okay.
But it's important to read that because the implications.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's important about those teams that all of these teams are in the hunt.
Well, right? This is just like me. Don't read the directions. Just go right ahead. I'm sorry. Okay, we got, and Brentsville still.
So number 1 made the touchdown. That was Gilson who made the touchdown.
Wow,
and
a lot of speed for him then.
And it was number 8. Cord Lucas made the 2-point conversion. So some new news that was just handed to us. We have to correct our score sheet. In the 1-quarter play here at Spotsylvania High School, our score, James Monroe 15 and Spotsylvania nothing. We will be back after this timeout. Welcome back to Spotsylvania High School as we began the second quarter play. It's Spotsylvania with the football at their 20-yard line. A pitch, run, nice hole, and a collision flag coming out. Penalty marker on the play.
Pitch out to number 24, Malachi greeted by 17-8 with a flag down on the field.
That was a run by the Knights and a flag on the play.
Walking them back.
Had a big hole on this side of the field.
Yeah, they seem to be.
And guess what happened? They caught a guy holding.
Uh-oh. That'll make a big hole. Yeah, that'll do it.
So they push the Knights back. It's going to be second down and about 14 yards to go. Just getting underway here in the second quarter. 15-0 James Monroe. Knights had an opportunity to score. And again, there's that hard count again by the quarterback. And it's new quarterback in there, Bob.
Yeah, apparently.
Trevor Croson is the new quarterback.
Yeah, got to get used to that new cadence. And one of our guys jumped, and I like how he stepped in there and looked around like, did you see me?
So Trevor Croson is the new quarterback. Starting quarterback Walker Johnson got injured. He's sitting on the bench. Spotsylvania moving around out there on offense, and a pitch.
Came in a little high to him, didn't it?
So loss of yards on that running play. That's going to set up third down and 11 yards to go. About that important occasions. All of those games you mentioned are very important games that are being played tonight, including the game here with Spotsylvania and James Monroe.
Yeah, JM is what currently third place.
Yeah,
5-2,
and 5-2 record. So 3rd and 11 facing the Knights. New quarterback Croson, and once again.
Flag down on the play.
You know, I think the Jackets are just dying to get in that backfield. New quarterback.
Folks here in the press box have not had too much to cheer about, but they like that hard cadence.
Yeah. You get your free five.
Yeah.
And a free ticket to the circus.
Without even running a play.
Exactly.
Third down at about 6 yards to go for Spotsylvania. Third time is a charm. Let's see.
Okay.
Quarterback sets his offense, turns, a run right into. Boy, they hit him like he was blocking sled.
Yeah, and the JM defensive line just stopped.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
So it's going to be fourth and about 6 yards to go for Spotsylvania. Dangerous return man back for the Yellow Jackets. That's Dirk Jones, the second, 5'7", 145 senior. And this thing, they better have good coverage on this punt, Bob.
Absolutely, and if they get it off at all.
Punter standing at his 9-yard line, gets a good snap, gets off a pretty good punt. And Jones retreating,
pick it up, go ahead.
Picks it up, and he slips through, missed tackles, and out to the James Monroe 47-yard line. So a good return. And the punter did a great job, Bob, because
they were all around him.
That was Divine Ford on a return for the Yellow Jackets.
You know what? Those grills keep blowing up in here. I'm going to put my headset down and go get one. Man, that smells good.
So the Yellow Jackets with excellent field position here. 1st and 10 at their 47-yard line. 15-0 outscore, 9:23 to go in this first half of action here at Spotsylvania High School. I'm Herman Kay. This wonderful guy sitting next to me is Bob Blackburn, former standout quarterback. There's a long pass up the sideline, a fly pattern, and just too strong for the receiver. Couldn't run underneath it, Bob.
Yeah, we're just dying to throw a long ball down the field, and tonight's a good night to try it. But as to the comments before, you said, thank you for being the best PR man I've ever had.
But that, I mean, if you were to roll the clock back a few years, I mean, that was certainly the type of long ball that Bob Blackburn used to throw, and on target.
Okay. No, you're just too kind, and remember our thing is I lie, you swear to it. Okay?
No. That's an oath we took years ago.
Yeah, it is.
And we're
it served
sticking
us
to
well.
it. That's right.
It served us well.
Under 9 minutes to go in this second quarter, and the Yellow Jackets going deep. That's something we didn't see last week against Chancellor.
Right, and they would love to get that long passing game going.
You know, you go deep, it opens up other things. Third, and about 4 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets into Spotsylvania territory, down to the 48-yard line. Yellow Jackets quarterback Zach Davis and Spotsy coming offside, so that's going to give the Yellow Jackets, well, you did it to us, we're going to do it to you. See if it's a false start against the Yellow Jackets, no indication.
He's facing the right way.
Will
that give him the first down, do you think?
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, looks like it.
Offside against Spotsylvania.
So the Knights giving the Yellow Jackets a free play there. And the Yellow Jackets with a first down and 10 yards to go. Ball at the Spotsylvania 42-yard line. Zach Davis looking. Fly pattern up the sideline. Intended almost. Oh, he made the catch.
Touchdown.
My goodness.
Okay, we're going to have to figure that one out.
That is a touchdown. That's going to be a 43-yard touchdown pass from Zach Davis.
But who caught it is what we want to know.
Number 15.
Okay. Thanks.
Chris Reeves Williams, 6'1", 175 junior. What do we say, 40 what, Bob? 43, 46?
I think he said initially
43.
47, but
46.
okay.
Okay, 47. Okay. Yellow Jackets again bobbled the snap and do not come up with that extra point attempt there. So something happening with that snap to the holder back there. So once again, the Yellow Jackets failed to connect with the extra point. Timeout on the field, 8:12 to go in the second quarter. The Yellow Jackets strike again. 21-0. JM back after this. Welcome back to Spotsylvania High School. The Yellow Jackets extending that lead now, 21-0. Now, I mean, first time this year, Bob, we've seen mistakes between the long snapper and the holder on these extra points. That's the second time. Yeah. The other time they lucked out because they improvised and came up with a 2-point conversion, but this time they get no point. There's your kick into the end zone touchback, and Spotsy will get it at their 20-yard line.
I'm going to check back now. It was number 15 that made the reception for JM?
Yes.
Okay. Reeves Williams, the wide receiver. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris Reeves Williams. Okay.
6'1", 175, got nice size.
Yeah.
When you get a chance, Bob, we're going to talk about the current 3A East Conference 26-28 regional pod of teams that fighting for their playoff lives. 1st and 10 for Spotsylvania at the 20-yard line. And, my goodness, look at that tackle in the backfield. Can you pick a number up
Let's see if I can.
for James Monroe?
Number 60, Scott, brings up 2nd down and 12.
60, yeah, I think that's who it is.
T.J. Scott
Yep, that's who it is.
coming up with the big play for the Yellow Jackets. Loss of 2 yards on that play. Spotsy in a hold here, 2nd. And 12 yards to go from their 18-yard line. Wing T formation, pitch, run, and a great defensive play by James Monroe. My goodness, that cameraman took a real
Not the
It's-
what he's doing, he's checking that camera. Bill.
Yeah, he took a real hard shot there. He seems to be okay. Nobody's checking on him. I mean, he's like frozen.
He's either dedicated or
He's-
maybe he's hurt and doesn't want to move.
He's a gamer.
Yeah, he's a gamer.
Now we see movement. He's okay.
Okay.
So 3rd down and about 19 yards to go for Spotsylvania. And that's going to be a reverse inside on the carry. That's number 8, Wyatt Bryan. Brian Wyatt, I guess.
Number 8 with carry, Wyatt Bryan.
No, it's Wyatt Bryan.
Bryan.
He has 2 first names.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know, in case you lose one, whatever.
Excuse me, would you please hand me that other name?
Yeah, exactly. I was looking at number 72. Here's a number we haven't called in a while, and Tyrone Greenhound.
Yeah.
Greenhound, good job.
Punt by Spotsylvania, and it's going to be down at the Spotsylvania 45-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets, once again, excellent field position here. 6:41 to go in this first half. It's been all James Monroe thus far. 2 big plays that really hurt Spotsylvania, Bob.
Yeah, the 94-yarder and the
Fumble
long
that they had offensively at the James Monroe 1-yard line.
Yeah, that, and plus it cost them their starting quarterback too.
Yeah,
so.
you get down there, you got to score. Got to minimize mistakes. So here we go, 1st and 10 for James Monroe at the Spotsylvania 44-yard line. Got 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Quarterback under center. Looks like an unbalanced line to the near side.
It does.
Yellow Jackets running the football. Nice hold into the secondary. Cuts it back to the inside at the 10-5 into the end zone. Touchdown, James Monroe.
Wow, what a play.
What a run. That's going to be about a 43-yard touchdown run from the line of scrimmage. And the Yellow Jackets on the...
That was AJ, I think. 24.
24 on the carry. A.J. Johnson, 5'5", 150 junior, with the 43-yard touchdown run. And the Yellow Jackets, let's see if they convert here. There's a snap, the hold, the kick up by Marine. It is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 6:32 to go in this first half. Yellow Jackets 28, Spotsylvania.
T-shirts for supporting breast cancer and their cure available at the booth at the main gate.
Welcome back to Post Oak, Virginia, home of the Spotsylvania Knights. 28-0 outscores, 6.5 minutes to go in this first half. Next week, the Yellow Jackets, another Battlefield District matchup at home. Senior night next week, am I correct?
That's the last home game. Yes.
Yeah. So
night.
that's senior night next week, and we invite you all to come on out and see a good game between the Cortland Cougar. I don't care if these guys are 0-10 or 0-8.
They're going to be
get together, they play football. So records you can throw out the window when the Cougars and Yellow Jackets get together. Yellow Jackets set to kick off here. Nolan Marine line drive kick into the end zone again, touchback. And he's pretty automatic with that, Bob.
Yeah, I tell you, he can pound that football.
Well, this afternoon we had a front come through. We had a lot of rain. And the second part of that front is coming through now. It's getting colder, isn't it?
It is. You feel that breeze. It just kind of wafted.
So, daytime high tomorrow expected to be somewhere in the upper 50s with a brisk wind. So that's going to make
to late fall.
First and 10 for Spotsylvania at their 20-yard line. Turn, handoff, and a nice pancake tackle down inside.
Yeah, the Jacket D is right on the money now. They were finding holes here and there. Now they're gone. So they're plugging everything up now.
Gain of a yard on that running play, setting up a second down. And 9 yards to go for Spotsylvania. Spotsy 1-6 coming into tonight's football game. Yellow Jackets suffering their second loss of the season last week against a tough Chancellor team. So they bring in a 5-2 record. 2nd and 9. Spotsy, quarterback, looking to throw the football. Rifles a pass across the middle. He had his man. The intended receiver on that play was nice size, Bob.
Yeah, and he would be a good target. And I'm thinking that when the Foxes throw, it's a surprise. And he was open, wasn't he?
He was open. When we got here, they had a heater here in the press box, and I was wondering, I said, why do they have that heater here?
Okay.
Well, I see why.
It's time to plug it in, check it out.
It's plugged in.
Oh, Lord.
Look at that. All right, here we go. Sorry, Bob. 3rd and 9. Quarterback running for his dear life. Throws it out of bounds. Intended for number 24. Malachi.
They'll have to punt. And I was going to apologize for calling them the Foxes. We know better.
Yeah.
They are the Knights.
That's right. So, 3 and out here for Spotsylvania. 4th down, punting down here. So the Knights generated offense early in that first quarter, but we haven't seen much since then. Yellow Jackets defense has stiffened a bit. There's your punt. They're trying to kick it away from the return man back there, but it takes a bounce into JM territory where it was touched and down at the JM 48-yard line.
Not bad field position as you're looking down. Plenty of time for the Jackets to roll in again.
That was a smart idea for us to open the window, wasn't it? But I think we can leave it open.
Yeah,
I
don't think this cold blast is over with yet either.
And I'm not complaining because it's really not that cold, but it's a big difference.
It's a change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their 47-yard line, operating from the pistol formation. Davis, that's the play you call for.
Look at this.
And the Yellow Jackets get into the secondary, loses his footing, and falls forward down to the Spotsylvania 30-yard line. But we talked so much, Bob, about them getting the ball to their speedsters, and that's what they're doing tonight.
Oh, that's Divine Ford. I tell you what, he was one step from going.
1st and 10 for James Monroe. Trips to the near side of the field, operating from the pistol formation movement by So 5-yard penalty against the Spotsylvania Knights, setting up a 1st and 5. Boy, I'd do a play action.
I want to have a little weight
I want
on
the
it.
fat post.
The fat post. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, man.
Those coaches.
Okay, let's check it out.
Most of them, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yes, you do. You called it on so many occasions. It's unbelievable.
Now we're getting a whistle, stoppage of play. Who's taking a timeout? We got a
in there.
James Monroe. That's going to push him back 5 yards. Away. So Spots are getting those 5 yards offside penalties back with a delay of game penalty against the Yellow Jackets. That's going to set up a 1st and 10 right back where we started. You know who that was? Maxine Nightingale.
You can name him right there.
Here we go.
Good.
And was that number 1? Gilson on a reception for the Yellow Jackets. Little swing pass in the flat. And you let these speed guys do something with it once they get the football.
Yeah, and did he ever show his speed on that one run? We haven't called him much this year.
No.
Okay, so
we got a flag on the play.
Holding call on the play.
And the Yellow Jackets,
mercy.
well, they had a lot of time back there to throw it.
First down.
So they were holding. We can't get off 1st down here.
yeah, that's right. 1st down and backwards.
4:33 to go in his first half of play here at Spotsylvania High School.
I like to see him come out in that wide passing formation once again. And it's time to work on the long game.
So the Yellow Jackets will try it again with a 1st and 10 here. Got 2 receivers to the far side of the field. It's going to be a run, and that's Divine Ford on the carry. Yellow Jackets got a little conservative there, Bob.
Yeah, I guess what they wanted to do is just get a playoff that wasn't a penalty.
Yeah. So, yeah, they just want to prove to themselves that they could run a play.
Right.
So, 2nd and about 13 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. 3:40 and counting down here in this first half. Yellow Jackets. Davis looking, swing pass over the head of the intended receiver. He had him and led him just a little bit too much. You know, we watched Zach Davis, Bob, mature and grow throughout the season. It seems to be a little bit more poised now from that quarterback position, you know.
Yeah, he does.
Seems to plant and throw better than he did early.
Mm-hmm. And just a sophomore?
Just a sophomore.
Yeah, you nothing but good things ahead.
We haven't seen Sean Smith, have we?
No, not in the quarterback. Or have we called him on either side?
No.
Okay.
3rd down and 13 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets, and they keep it on the ground. And
breaking tackles.
Breaking tackles, and down inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Refused to go down on that running play. That's Ford again on the carry. This guy is hard-nosed.
Yeah. They're calling him DeVary Ford, but we know it's Divine.
Divine. We know he's Divine. Moore still on his feet, reverse. Boy, he looked like he was in traffic, Bob, and picked up additional yards down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, you don't teach that. These kids seem to know it when they come to school.
You say that all the time. You can't teach that, but in a Yellow Jackets, nice defensive play by a Spotsylvania. Yeah, that was Baker in on the stop for Spotsylvania. All that stuff going on down there, and it came up and made a big tackle.
He did indeed, and that I hope that gives Spotsy a little courage, because Jackets are coming.
I want to report too, Bob. I saw a picture of David Robinson. He was lining off the field out here at Spotsylvania, and he did a pretty good yard. I only saw 2 crooked lines on the field. Second and goal facing the Yellow Jackets, and off tackle on the right side, no indication.
Number 3,
Ford on the carry again.
30, Charles
Thomas in on a stop for Spotsylvania.
So it is a JM touchdown. I mean, that not a lot of reactions going on. Okay.
So Yellow Jackets, that was 3rd down, so it's 4th down here. They're going to go for the field goal. It's going to be a 20-yard field goal attempt here. Again, a bobble snap. He had a kind of double clutch it, but it's good. So a 20-yard field goal.
Well, it was a touchdown.
Well, it was a touchdown early. I'm sorry.
There was no indication. I saw no.
I did not see a signal from the referee that it was a touchdown.
And what's up with that?
And this is the first time I've been wrong in 5 years, and I thought I was right then.
I was going to lie, but it was taking points away.
I am sorry, but it's 35-0 our score, and that Marine extra points. But they're having some problems with the long snapper and the holder, because that's the 3rd time somebody bobbled the snap back there, and he had a double clutch when he approached the football to kick it.
I wonder what's different. Is it a different center or what?
I don't know what's going on. We'll have to send our roving reporter down in the locker room at halftime and see what's up.
I noticed your lovely wife was looking away as you said that.
We'll give her a mic here in a little bit.
All right.
Yellow Jackets set to kick off here. Yellow Jackets did score now, so it's 35-0 our score. Minute 56 to go. There's your kick into the end zone. That's the 4th kick into the end zone in a row for Marine.
He can nail that kick.
Yes, he can.
Wow.
And he seems to be kicking a more line drive into the end zone now.
Mm-hmm.
He's got rid of some of the height and picked up more distance on kicking the football.
Sooner or later down the line, they'll call on him to do a 40-plus, and he'll drill it right down the middle.
Yeah. Had a long one last week against Chancellor, but it came up a little bit short.
Yeah.
I would still go with him on these field goals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
1st and 10 for Spotsylvania at their 20-yard line. Minute 56 to go. Knights keep it on the ground. Nice long run. And the ball comes up. No, the ball is still there. That's a 12-yard gallop.
You know, how do you figure that? I think the JMD is guessing where the play might come. Want to get somebody in the backfield, and then whoops, they go by him sometimes, but not much.
1st and 10 yards to go for Spotsylvania. Nice gain on that 1st down. Knights man in motion. Quarterback turns, pitches back, and he's going to be trapped. A couple of yards on that play. Yellow Jackets coming up big on defense. That's is that number 11 for the Yellow Jackets?
Yeah, we haven't called his number tonight, but we usually do.
I don't see an 11.
Ooh. Okay, we'll make up a name and go with it.
I think the PA announcer was having the same problem I was. He looked at his roster, and there's no 11. So 2nd at 12 yards to go, Knights. And that's going to be a hit in the backfield. No chance on that play.
I tell you what, he was Yeah, Cord Lucas.
Cord Lucas is again. Cord is a player. Listed as a linebacker, 5'10", 200-pounder. Seniors. So now we're getting a timeout by the Knights. We'll take a timeout as well. 35.7 seconds to go in this first half of play. Been all James Monroe thus far, 35-0. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. Clock, that's the timeout clock, I think. Now it should reset to 30-something seconds. Let's see if I'm correct. 35.7.
Oh, thank you for saving me again, because I was just saying, letting the clock run out.
Well, it caught me earlier.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Third down, and about 16 yards to go. Quarterback looking to throw the football. That's going to be his third pass of the night. That falls incomplete.
That was catchable.
I thought so,
catchable,
too.
Yeah.
But sometimes, Dr. Blackburn, these receivers going across the middle, they get alligator arms.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to stretch out for that football. You make yourself pretty vulnerable when
absolutely.
you do that.
Yeah.
They say it takes a real man to catch the ball coming across the middle.
Across the field, yeah. Especially in the NFL.
Yes.
Wow. They are waiting for you.
The collision's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Fourth down and 16 yards to go. It's going to be a short punt. Did it touch a JM player? No indication. I mean, he slipped and fell. He's just lucky that football didn't touch him.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to be down by Spotsylvania at the 33-yard line. 22 seconds to go. What do? Take a knee here or go for the bomb?
It's something that looks like it's not going to do anything but just run out the clock, and then the guy takes off with it. You know,
fake.
Yeah, right.
Or let's fake it here with 22 seconds to go. We do like we used to do in the street. Send everybody out.
Oh, exactly. Don't worry about anybody being downfield. It shouldn't be.
Go down about a 64-4 and then turn to the right. First and 10, the Yellow Jackets taking a knee here, and that's a pretty smart play. And that's going to run time off the clock here to end the first half of play here at Spotsylvania High School. So it's halftime. Our score is James Monroe 35, Spotsylvania nothing. We'll be back with our halftime show coming up right after this. Welcome back to Spotsylvania High School. It's halftime. The Yellow Jackets on top by the score of 35-0. And Bob, it's been all James Monroe in the first half of tonight's football game.
Yes.
And here is Bob Blackburn with
Jackets got 42. They had a 1-yard plunge by Zach Davis after a couple. Point after was good, made it 7-0 JM, and JM scored one more time in the first quarter after recovering a fumble on the 1-yard line. They had a 94-yard run by Ty Gilson.
Yep.
And got to get used to pronouncing his name, but I tell you what, he put the burners on. Anyway, the point after 2-point conversion was good, and then that made it 15-0. That was the score at the end of the first quarter. JM scored again at the beginning of the second quarter at 8:12 with the 46-yard TD pass from Davis to Chris Reeves-Williams. Point after was no good that time. Score 21-0. James Monroe scored once again at 6:32 on a 43-yard run by A.J. Johnson. Point after was good there. The Jackets took a 28-0 lead, and the Jackets scored one more time in the first half at 1:56 in the second quarter with a 3-yard TD run by Divine Ford. Point after was good. Jackets 35, Spotsylvania Knights nothing here at halftime.
Yellow Jackets on fire in the first half of tonight's football game.
On fire.
35-0, a halftime score. Bob, let's look at our sheet there and talk about the current 3A East Conference 26-28 regional pod. Brentsville, you can read most of those.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. This is the current standings. Brentsville at 6-1, and they were 6-0, and I think last week they lost. And anyway, they have a 23.6 rating, and Hopewell's in second place at 5-2. They have a 22.7 rating, and James Monroe, our James Monroe, is in third place in that pod with a 5-2 record and a 21.1 power rating. William Monroe at 4-3 is in fourth place. TJ of Richmond is in fifth place with a 3-3 record, and Petersburg, a team that JM beat already this season, is in sixth place at 2-5. George Wythe is in seventh place at 1-6, and Culpeper rounds out the top 8 in the pod with a 2-5 record, and so they are continuing their record, and looks like the top 3, Brentsville, Hopewell, and James Monroe, are really having good seasons this year.
And if you're looking toward the top 8 teams that will make the playoffs, am I correct, Bob?
That's correct. That's right. Yeah.
From each conference.
Each side, yes.
Yeah. So some of those teams that we read toward the middle and end, 5th through 8th, it's going to be tough for them to make the playoffs because they all have losing records. And but it's Brentsville who, like you said, Bob, went. They were undefeated for most of the season. Only a loss coming up next week, so they've got a chance to be one of the top seeds. And things go in the direction we think they might go in. It's Brentsville could easily meet up with Brentsville in some of the earlier rounds in the playoffs. So that's a good overview of what we're talking about when we're talking about the 3A 28 region. Riverbend at Hilton, and we talked about the senior night as the James Monroe Yellow Jackets host the Cortland Cougars, and it's always an exciting affair when these two football teams get together. Some other teams, big game is going to be King George at Chancellor next week, and that game could determine a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see how it comes down. It may well, if both teams, when I say both teams, Chancellor holds their own and James Monroe holds their own, maybe a tie for the district, but then the playoffs, it's James Monroe in good shape.
Because that means the Yellow Jackets, King George would certainly be in the driver's seat, but if they could beat Chancellor, then they would have no, what we used to call district losses, and the Yellow Jackets will have one along with Chancellor, and the Yellow Jackets Here's the big rubber match coming up. Yellow Jackets play King George
Right.
in the last game of the season, correct?
Yeah, and down there
At King George.
on the road.
Well, we seem to be up to date on all the high school sporting news as we are entertained here at the half by the Spotsylvania marching band out on the field. So it's halftime, 35-0, James Monroe. We'll be back with the third quarter kickoff coming up after this. Welcome back to Spotsylvania Senior High School. We're set for the third quarter kickoff here, and the Yellow Jackets will receive the football to open up the second half of play. Here's your kick by the Knights, end-over-end kick, taken at about the 12-yard line, 20 to the right side, up the sideline, cuts it back, reverses field, flag coming out, and he's finally taken down at the James Monroe 28-yard line. It's going to be a holding call against the Yellow Jackets on that return. Whenever you have a flag thrown on a return, it's going to be somebody that's going to hold out there, Bob.
Yeah, and the more the back reverses his field, the more likely you're going to see one.
So, Jam with a nice return, and now the official will tack on the penalty yards here. If you're just joining us as we begin the second half of play, it's been all James Monroe thus far. 35-0 our score as they mark off the yards against the Yellow Jackets. That's going to push the ball back inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Yellow Jackets, a lot of different things tonight we've seen, Bob, with this offense.
Yeah.
We've never seen Zach Davis under center.
Right.
Now he's back into the pistol formation here. Now he turns, handoff, scooting through the middle, and he might go to Spotsylvania territory, and he's got a couple of guys to beat into the end zone, touchdown.
What a run. Wow.
73-yard touchdown run.
I heard
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah, AJ.
Yeah. Okay. Johnson on the carry from 73 yards out. It's 41-0. 11:22 to go.
Did you see him when he took
off? Yes. He kind of put a little arch in his back there when he got kicked that thing in the third gear, Bob.
Yeah, you talking about
overdrive.
Yeah, afterburners.
Yellow Jackets set for the extra point here. Another high snap, and Marine had a weight on it, but he got it down and got it up and through. So extra point is good by James Monroe. Timeout on the field, 11:22 to go in this third quarter. 42-0 James Monroe back after this. Welcome back to Post Oak, Virginia, home of the Spotsylvania Knights, and the Knights having a rough time tonight, Bob.
Yeah, it seems like there was a little hope there, and they fumbled on the one that just kind of broke their spirit. It really did.
So it's been all James Monroe, 42-0, and let's see, do we have a running clock?
Yeah,
from this point on, I would think so.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's running now.
No. Yellow Jackets kick off to Spotsylvania. It's going to be a little bit short of getting into the end zone on a return, and he slips and falls at the 20-yard line.
Kickoff by 82, Miller Rivera. Received by number 1.
And that's going to be Teddy Tyler on a return for Spotsylvania. Teddy is a senior. 170-pounder on a return. So the Knights from their own 20-yard line, boy, they've started from there a lot tonight.
They have either from a touchback or not a very good return. One of the
Here we go, the Yellow Jackets on defense, and we'll name some of those defensive players coming up after this first down play. Turn, run, right side, pickup of about 3-4 yards. Nice first down play by Spotsylvania.
Yeah, it's a shame. Usually you'd have to air it out a lot, but it looks like Spotsylvania's going to stay with the ground.
4-yard gain on that first down play, setting up a second down, and about 6 yards to go for the Knights. 10.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Knights down 42-0. Quarterback wing T formation and run, and know where to go down inside. Yellow Jackets once again come up with a big play.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the Jacket D up online here.
1 second. I'm going to see a break.
To Ricky Coleman in on stop for the Yellow Jackets. We'll talk about that defense by the Yellow Jackets in a minute, Bob.
Okay.
3rd down and 3 yards to go for Spotsylvania. And the Knights keep it on the ground and close to that first down marker. I think they've got it.
Yeah, give them credit. They're chipping away.
Nice test for the Yellow Jackets defense tonight, Bob, against that wing T formation, because they certainly going to see it again next Friday night against the Cortland Cougars.
Yeah, and the wing T, it's noted for its deception in the backfield, and the Jackets look like they're making the right decisions most of the time. And it's
walking into the stadium tonight, I see where they've named the stadium after Tim Coleman out here.
How about that?
Tim had a couple of state championships here, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Our friend Tim Coleman.
Brandon Waller on the carry.
So a loss of a yard on that running play, Bob, setting up a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Timmy was involved in a lot of the Cortland State championships, too. So
under the tutelage of Ken Brown at Cortland High School.
Won a lot of games over at Fredericksburg Christian.
Yeah. So 2nd and 11 yards to go. TV commentary. Pass over the head of the antenna receiver. I'm talking about Tim Coleman, Bob. Complete. 3rd and 11 facing the Knights. So, JM defense, defensive ends, Bob, KJ Conaway, number 22, Chris Carter. Tackles, Trey Lucas and Kerry Young. Nose guard, number 33, Chris Cargill. And you can give the linebackers and cornerbacks and safety coming up.
Alrighty.
So 3rd down and 11 here facing Spotsylvania. Quarterback looking to throw the ball, and he throws it into traffic. In a fight for that loose football, it falls incomplete. The antenna receiver on that play, Teddy Tyler, the antenna receiver.
Like one of the guys in the secondary there kind of put his arm around the receiver and said, hey, you did a good job not to let that ball get intercepted. Wow.
Probably got a big score here to pass along to King George 6 at the half.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 high-scoring offenses kind of getting in the D battle there.
Kind of canceling each other out there in the first half. So it must be a real big defensive battle between two of the better teams in the defunct Battlefield District.
Ooh, the walking off big penalty on JM. That's going to give Spotsylvania first down.
Somebody got a late hit in on that quarterback, so it's roughing the passer call against the Yellow Jacket, resulting 1st and 10 for the Knights at the 45-yard line. A run and player. Elijah Baylor coming up with big stops, 6'1", 190, senior, Bob. Those defensive players.
Yeah, let's see. We got a defensive tackle. This is continuing with the JM defense, number 54, Kerry Young. The defensive end, number 23, KJ Conaway. We'll get back to him with the linebackers in just a minute.
Second down and 10 yards to go for Spotsylvania. Quarterback under center. Man in motion to the near side. Pitch to that guy. And some of the JM secondary coming up to wrap up the ball carrier right in front of the Spotsylvania bench.
Right. I saw two helmets come together.
Yeah. That could have been a, what do you call it?
Helmet to helmet.
Helmet to helmet.
Yep.
So 3rd and 11 for Spotsylvania. 6:20 to go here in this third quarter.
Clock's running.
Clock is running. So 3rd and 11 for Spotsy. Ball at their 43-yard line. Knights need 11 here to pick up the first down on 3rd down. Quarterback from the under center, rather. Wing T. Same play again, a late pitch. And it's a jailbreak in that secondary, that backfield of Spotsylvania. Had nowhere to go. The pitch was late.
Yeah, the pitch was way late. It's wonder the guy that got it didn't just reject it.
Well, they ran that play a couple of times in a row. It certainly didn't fool the Yellow Jackets. You know, it's like a chess game out there. If you're a coach, Bob, you have certain tendencies and that type of thing. Now, I'm not professing to be a coach at all. But
you've called some mighty fine plays. Okay, but here we go.
All right, so Spotsylvania punt, kicks it toward the JM sideline. It takes a JM bounce, finally fallen on by a Spotsy player at the James Monroe 44-yard line.
Down by number 30.
Yeah, the punt landed far enough to give him the first down, but it's a JM first down. Oh, Lord. Let's go back to that D real quick before we go on here. Outside linebacker Jaden Preston, he's a senior. Middle linebacker Cord Lucas, he's a good one. He's number 8. And one more outside linebacker, number 10, Dominique Early. Great players, good defense. Which Kenton Griffin serves a nod tonight. He's got his guys up and ready.
So, James Monroe Yellow quarterback, the 10th grader, under center. Turn jet sweep around the left side and going to be taken down hard by, that was Dirk Jones on the carry. You need to see those jet sweeps and stuff, Bob.
Yeah, you do. And, for 1 second I thought he might reverse his field and go back around, but he stayed with it, did okay with it.
You got to do a little something to set that up, though.
Uh-huh.
I would think.
Student body left.
2nd and 11, so the Yellow Jackets lost a yard on that play. You got two receivers split to the far side of the field. Quarterback under center. Almost looked like an old I formation by the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback Davis, swing pass. It's a lateral. And he cuts it upfield, and Spotsy coming up to make the big play. Now we're getting a flag, late flag coming in. Probably a holding call. Or is it a roughing the passer?
You know, it's hard to know because he was looking in that direction, so it may have been a mask. Let's see.
It's going to be a personal foul called roughing the passer against Spotsylvania.
So you were right on that first. Huh.
It's not because I'm good.
9 times out of 10, you are right on the money, man, and I'm calling. Well,
now that because I put myself out there a couple of times, and there was nothing there.
Oh, come on. With Blood Brothers, we're going to be in this thing
together.
You got it.
So the penalty against Spotsylvania, Bob, that's going to push the ball down into Spotsylvania territory. But it's going to be interesting to follow that King George and Cortland football game. Deadlocked at 6 at the half. First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at the Spotsy 45-yard line. Pitch, run, right side, turns it upfield and picks up about 9-10 yards. Still on his feet. Finally pushed out of bounds on the JM side of the field. That was Ford on the carry. Divine Ford, 5'10", 171, junior.
You got to get both of his knees on the ground and his face down before you stop him, because he's going to go for those extra yards.
And tie his ankles up, so can't run anymore.
But I bet he can hop. He can do the sack hop. Oh, yeah.
He could pick up 5 yards by hopping.
By hopping, sure.
First and 10 for James Monroe. Ball at the 31-yard line in Spotsylvania territory. Yellow Jackets again keep it on the ground down near the 26-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets, Ford again, the designated workhorse in that backfield. It was Johnson in the first half, Bob. Now they're going forward here in the second half.
Well, yeah, and tonight we had a new introduction here, and so they got three really good running backs.
We also had Cord Lucas with getting a 2-point conversion, right?
Yeah, Cord can put his nose down and get yards when he wants them.
So Cord said, I would have put my hand on that football.
Uh-huh.
Jackets and move. Saw a JM player move, but I don't know whether somebody came into that neutral. Going to be a false start against the Yellow Jackets.
Team's down by over 40 points. It's the movement was over here.
So penalty against the Yellow Jackets, pushing the ball back to about the 31-yard line. Second and 11 to go, a minute 54 to go here in this third quarter. 42-0, James Monroe. Pitch, run, right side. He's going to get 5, and then into the end zone, touchdown.
My goodness. Is that? Yeah, Johnson.
And that's going to be about a 31-yard touchdown run for the Yellow Jackets.
And the hits keep coming.
A.J. Johnson, 5'5", 150 junior with the, 34-yard touchdown run?
He gave him 31. But
31. And subtract a couple. So, concentrate on this extra point attempt here. Good snap. The hole is down. Kick is up. And it's good. Flag coming out. And let's hold the phone here. Let's see what that's all about. See if I can see it here on the replay. Did not see it. Might be frustration on the part of Spotsylvania, Bob.
Yeah, well, then they'll wave it off because the kick was good, right?
And assess it to the kickoff. Unsportsmanlike conduct call against. It pointed to James Monroe.
He did point to JM. Wow.
So the Yellow Jackets penalized on the kickoff here. That means they'll be kicking deeper into their territory.
Point after was good, so.
I think so too.
49-0 outscore. With a minute 4 remaining here in the third quarter. Cortland and King George tied at 6. I guess they've gone through halftime. They should be in the third quarter now. And as soon as we get an updated score on that very important game, we'll pass that score along to you.
Does that one come from the AP, or where'd that score came from?
UPI.
UPI? we're such big dogs, aren't we?
You know the difference between UPI and AP?
Go ahead.
Other than the initials.
Okay.
UPI, they get it first.
Okay.
AP gets it right.
Ooh, okay.
Big difference, right?
Yes. Which one would you want?
That was back in
Get
my
it right,
days
sir.
of radio.
Okay. AP gets it right.
Yep. So, 49-0, a minute 40 to go in this third quarter. Yellow Jackets penalized, kicking off from that 25-yard line. Penalty wasn't that bad, was it? There's your kick. It's fumbled and picked up 30, 35. Nice crease and taken down hard. And that Cord Lucasen on the coverage.
It looks like him.
Updated high school football score just coming in from UPI.
Okay.
13-6 Cortland over King George.
Okay.
That's major development there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the sixes came from field goals or missed extra points. But anyway, Cortland apparently scored and made their extra point. So
that's where we are. Cortland 13, King George 6, and Yellow Jackets taking on those same Cortland Cougars next Friday night at Maury Stadium. And it's going to be a good one at Maury Stadium.
Yep. That score was courtesy of VG, Virginia Griffin. Right. Thanks, Virginia.
Minute 32 to go. And
got offsetting penalties.
Yeah. Offsetting penalties, dead ball, personal foul, and
wow, that's 3 personal foul penalties in the last few seconds. 1 on James Monroe, 2 on James Monroe, 1.
Yep. Yellow Jackets getting, if they need a break, I think it's Spotsy that need the breaks in this game.
Yeah.
So the ball will be at the 35-yard line in Spotsylvania territory. Somebody took a timeout there, Bob. We kind of missed it. 44 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 49-0 our score. Now wait a minute. That's time running down on the
timeout clock.
Yeah. They're trying to fool us, city guys.
Yeah. Have we ever been somewhere where they had this same kind of setup? And it seems like this is the first time.
I think down when we go to Liberty, down in state playoffs.
Okay, yeah.
But so the official timeout is kept by the scorekeeper.
Yeah.
And it's reflected on the scoreboard. So officially we have a minute 32 to go. And it's 1st and 10 for Spotsylvania at their 35-yard line. Quarterback spins, handoff, right side. Nothing there.
I just figued out why I've been calling them King George. They have on the dark blue jersey with the white helmets.
They look like King George.
They do, and I have to apologize, folks.
And I'm so used to seeing Spotsylvania in red.
Red, yeah.
Yeah.
Red, white, and blue, and they chose blue.
I think I would get rid of the blue ones after this season. What do you think?
Not going there.
Go back to the red.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10 yards to go for Spotsylvania. Quarterback looking to throw the ball, feels the pressure, rolls out on the fly, throws a pass over the head of the intended receiver, falls incomplete. Some heat on the quarterback, Bob.
Yeah, and is that a marker down there?
That's a ball that you would have taken off with.
Oh, you mean right?
Yeah, I can see Bob scoring from 65 yards out.
I'd start breathing so hard by the time I got 30 of those yards.
So, 40. What is going on here now? Is that going to be in the third?
Looks like it.
What a time was flying there. End of 3 quarters of play here at Spotsylvania High School. Our score, Yellow Jackets 49, Knights nothing. Back after this. As the fourth quarter is starting here, 12 more minutes of football, and I'm not going to say barring overtime because the likelihood of that happening is slim and none. Third down and 10 yards to go for Spotsylvania at their 35-yard line by the Spotsylvania Knights. Quarterback spins, almost runs into his guy, fakes, throws a pass, and it's going to be picked off but out of bounds. And defending back there on the play.
Intended for 24, Malachi Terrell.
Huh. Was that Corden back there in deep coverage?
It was Hayes, I think.
Okay.
Excuse me, fourth down.
So good.
15 back there defending on the play. Chris Reeves Williams.
Got himself a touchdown tonight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Made a good effort at intercepting that football. Once he got control of it, Bob, he noticed one foot was out of bounds. 10 yards to go for Spotsylvania. I know they punted at least 7 times tonight. There's your snap. Here comes another punt. Gets off a nice punt. Got it to turnover. On a return for the Yellow Jackets into the secondary. Got a couple of guys to beat. 45, 40, 35, up the sideline and pushed out of bounds on the far side of the field. No flags on the play.
Wow. How are you going to stop that?
It's hard. It's tough.
Yeah, up by 49 points.
Spotsylvania just outmanned tonight by this JM team.
Yeah.
And, of course, program is being built out here, Bob, and it takes a while. And we spoke about that earlier, how they've got a feeder system just like in the city of Fredericksburg, and the guy that operates a camera and plays drum for us, Chris Chandler, has a lot to do with some of these players that are in that feeder system out here in Spotsylvania. And we salute Chris for doing a great job with some of those young players.
Yep, and I was looking at the program. It looks like a lot of the players are young, and it looks like they have a lot of players on the roster.
Yeah.
And so those are all good signs.
And each program are going to have years where they struggle. Yellow Jackets got a big win from their JVs the other night against Spotsylvania, but they have not had a very good JV season this year, so there might be some lean years coming, and it happens to everybody.
Sure it does.
And Yellow Jacket keep it on the ground down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, we were just talking about that long run that JM had. No flags down. One materialized up out of the ground somewhere, and they marked the Jackets back a little bit. So.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because he went out of bounds down inside the 20, and they moved it back upfield at the, well, it was original at the Spotsylvania 40-yard line. Now the Yellow Jackets have a second down and about 4 yards to go from the Spotsylvania 34-yard line. 9:47 here in the fourth quarter, 49-0, James Monroe. Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground and a nice defensive play. You've got some ball players out there for Spotsylvania.
Number 33, Coghill again.
Yep.
And was that 29?
Yep.
No gain.
Waller is one of those players, Brandon Waller. He's a junior, so he'll be back next year, 5'9", 170.
Arrange for your ride. It's Friday night, and you can't stay the weekend at the school. Call home, get your ride now.
Pretty honest PA announcement.
Yeah, there you go.
Mom and Dad, come pick up your child. Third down and 4 yards to go.
Whoa.
Fumble. Yellow Jacket fall on it back out at the 45-yard line.
It got a new quarterback in, and
That was Chris Coggill Jr. who fell on that football. And the Yellow Jackets faced with a fourth down and about 14 yards to go. Do you kick it here? Pin them back?
maybe throw a long pass down the field and see what happens there.
So the Yellow Jackets, let's see if they have their punt team in there. Punter is in there. And the punter is Denise Avila. Denise has done a great job. First time we've seen him tonight, Bob, isn't it?
I think so. In fact, the quarterback number 18, 19 was.
It hit a Spotsylvania player, and let's see if the Yellow Jackets came up with that loose football. And the Yellow Jackets get the football.
Wow. Bad news.
I mean, sometimes it's about being smart, Bob.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're not going to field the football, you got to get away from it.
you do.
So that football, that punt by Avila, bounced off of a Spotsylvania player. The Yellow Jackets fall on it, so it's 1st and 10 for JM at the Spotsylvania 25-yard line. 7:54 with the running clock here in the second half.
Let's see if Zane Landeck.
Yeah. We'll get home now to watch Bill Maher. In this fourth quarter.
I know what you're up to.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground, bounce the ball to the outside, and
Landeck is doing all right.
yeah. So good yardage on that running play around the left side. Second and about 4 yards to go for James Monroe.
A lot of clean jerseys, but
Yeah.
then a lot of young guys getting a chance to see what they can do.
Getting some fresh players in there. See if we can't pick up who the new quarterback is, Bob. That's going to be a run around the right side, a cut, and kind of stumbled as he made his turn. And that's Coggill on the carry for James Monroe. 5'6", 175 junior on the stop, on the run rather. That's going to set up a third, about 4 yards.
I think Landeck's still in there.
What's quarterback's number? Can you see?
Yeah, 19, I believe.
I think it's number 19.
19, Landeck, yeah.
Yep. Quarterback operating from the pistol formation. It's going to be a nice cut. You see that juke move?
Whoa,
It's
beauty.
daylight into the end zone touchdown.
Who was that wild man?
So that's
Coghill. Yep.
Chris Coggill with the run. What about 19 yards?
19 yards, we'll do that one.
19-yard touchdown run by Coggill. And the Yellow Jackets machine strike again.
There's a name we never heard of at JM.
Extra point attempt here. I've really been concentrating on this kicking game here. Nice snap. Kick is up by Marine. and it is automatic. Timeout on the field, 5:56 to go here in this fourth quarter. Our score is JM 56, Spotsy nothing. Back after this. 5:56 remaining in this football game. 56 to quarter score. And the Yellow Jackets kick it off to Spotsylvania. They've scored every way, haven't they, Bob?
Yeah, they really have, and usually from long distance. And, you know, when you see the guys, the reserves come in, you can't fault them for
putting points on the board.
Right,
huh?
This is what they do.
I mean, it's a chance for them to move somebody out.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So I've got to get in there and put my best foot forward and try to make this team, or try to at least get into the starting lineup.
Absolutely.
Here's your kick by the Yellow Jackets, a squib kick, and it's picked up by Spotsylvania. On a return, nice open field tackle, great coverage on that kickoff return. Rivera.
Tackled by 32, Alston.
So Marine did not kick that.
20-yard line.
Denise Avila made that kick. So they even rested him a little bit. Marine.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, his leg might just be tired tonight.
Yeah, he's had a lot of kicking to do tonight. Kickoffs and extra points. First and 10 yards to go for Spotsylvania at their 20-yard line. Boy, they've been at their 20 a lot tonight. And a run, and I thought he fumbled the football.
Yeah, well,
but he ran into a brick wall. He's pushed back.
34, Malachi Terrell on the carry. Stood up in the backfield by 81, Johnson.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he turned around and pitched to someone else. It looked like that hole was blocked.
That's Lloyd Johnson on the stop for the Yellow Jackets. Lloyd, 5'10", 185, junior. Got two brothers on the team, I think, Johnson brothers.
Okay.
Second, 12 yards to go for Spotsylvania. And that's going to be that little reverse inside trap play. And, boy, the Yellow Jackets running to the ball, aren't they?
They are, and everybody wants a touch.
Yep. So, minimal gain on that running play around the left side. And the Knights will be faced with a third down and about 7 yards to go with 4:29 to go in this football game. Can't keep talking about next week's matchup back at Morris Stadium, as our dear friend Tony Franzello used to say, the friendly confines of Morris Stadium. I want to say hello to the Franzello family. Spotsy with the running play, and they get the first down out across the 32 to about the 33-yard line.
Got a first down?
Yeah. That's what you want. The game was decided a long time ago, but you want to see those players that's out there still hustling and have not given up.
Oh, yeah. And when they're young, you just tell them,
Yeah.
you know, hey, it'll come along.
And those are the players that's going to make this program better next year. First and 10 yards to go, Spotsylvania at that 31-yard line. They keep it on the ground, out across the 35 to about the 36.5-yard line.
Brandon Waller, 29 on the carry.
So, in a situation like this with under right around 3 minutes to go, why aren't they throwing the football? And this type of formation, Bob, wing T, it's not designed to throw the football, you know.
Yeah, and we saw in the first half when they were in that they just didn't seem to get any action much from the running game.
Right. Second, 5 yards to go. 2 receivers to the near side. Little flare pattern, and a flag coming out.
Ooh, must have been a mask.
Complete to 24, Malachi Terrell. He carried the defender all the way out to the 48-yard line. Flag down on the play.
Did he say carry him out?
He carried him.
Yeah. Did he see what we were looking at? Talk soft because
right. Yeah, we go visit him. We have to be polite.
That's right. We're the visitors here.
Right.
Added to the end of the carry,
So,
resulting in a Spotsylvania.
little insult to injury there by the Yellow Jackets. Not only did they give up the first down run, but penalty tacked on to that. So, Spotsy, John line. Knights pitch sweep around the right side, and that's number 24 again.
Nice little game.
24, Malachi Terrell on the pitch.
That's Malachi Terrell, Jr., Bob, 5'8", 160. 2 pretty nice runs in a row for Malachi.
Yep. And the Jackets getting a good look at their clean jersey fellas.
Yeah. So 2nd and 3 yards to go.
Where'd that wind come from? Whoa.
Somebody need to put some dirt in that hole.
Yeah. I see a hoodie up on my left side over here.
That wind has really picked up. It's supposed to be really windy tomorrow.
Yeah.
2nd down and 3 yards to go. A pass, and oh my goodness, did he make the catch?
Touchdown.
Yes.
How about that?
Malachi coming up with the reception, and that's going to be about a third. We'll say 33-yard touchdown pass. 33-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback to Malachi Terrell, and the Knights are on the board. Kind of like that play.
Yeah. He turned
Yep.
around, brought that ball down, and bingo. Touchdown.
Knights with the extra point is up, and it is good. So the Knights get on the board with 1:31 remaining in this football game. Our score, JM 56, Spotsylvania 7. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Post Oak, Virginia, home of the Spotsylvania Knights. Spotsylvania, Bob, in the past have captured, I think, 2 state championships under the direction of Coach Tim Coleman. Tim had a real good program out here at one point.
He did indeed. I remember bringing out the bull after the game.
Oh yeah. What's the name of that game?
We'll think of it, yeah.
Here we go. Spotsylvania kicking off, onside kick, and that football. No.
Wow, now you know that's some optimism there.
That was number 23 for the Yellow Jackets that fell on that. Conaway.
Number 25, Simon. First down.
Sean Simon recovering that football for the Yellow Jackets. He's a senior too, Bob, so Sean is glad to get in there.
Absolutely, why not?
Yellow Jackets with a minute 31, couple of plays here. Got a timeout on the field. I don't know whether the Yellow Jackets took that timeout or Spatsy.
It better be Spatsy, but let's see.
So, we're talking about this front moving in and the weather getting cooler, colder, I guess. Next weekend, I think the daytime high is only in the 50s.
That's what I'm thinking. In fact, next Friday we may be in the 50s for the Portland game.
But I love that weather.
I do too.
Yeah.
Always put on the layers, but you never can take off so much
without getting arrested.
Yeah. For me in particular, they would say, no, this guy belongs in the circus. Let's get him out of here.
So here we go. 42 seconds to go. Yellow Jackets will have to snap it one more time here, Bob. And they're going to take a knee here, trying to let the clock run down. 30 seconds to go. Going to be, is it a delay of game here by Yellow Jacket? Setting up a third down here. 20 seconds and counting down here in this fourth quarter. Yellow Jackets looking at their 6th win of the season against 2 losses. Spotsylvania will move their record to 1-7, Bob. Do it. 3 seconds to go. That's the end of the football game here at Spotsylvania High School. Our final score, it's James Monroe defeating Spotsylvania by a score of 56-7. And we'll be back to wrap it up coming up right after this. Welcome back to Spotsylvania Senior High School. Final score 56-7. And we got a lot of scoring to talk about, so here's Bob Blackburn.
Okay, JM got on the board first, and often at 8:42 they scored on a 1-yard plunge by Zach Davis. Point after was good, made it 7-0. James Monroe. They were back in the first quarter at 15.2 seconds on a 94-yard run by Kai Gilson, and welcome to the scoring column there, Ty. Anyway, the point after was a 2-pointer. It was good. Made it 15-0. James Monroe. Early in the second quarter, James scored at 8:12 with a 46-yard TD pass from Davis to Chris Reeves Williams. Point after was no good. James took a 21-0 lead. And James scored again at 6:32 on a 43-yard run by A.J. Johnson. Point after was good. Jackets 28-0. James scored again with 1:56 left in the half. 3-yard run by Divine Ford. Point after was good. 35-0 James Monroe. That was scored at the half. James came out early in the second half with a 73-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson. Point after was good. That made it 42-0 James Monroe. They scored again at 1:48 with a 31-yard TD run, also by A.J. Johnson. Point after was good. That made it 49-0 James Monroe at the end of the third quarter. James scored one more time in the fourth quarter with 5:56 remaining on the clock. 19-yard TD run by Chris Coghill. Point after was good. Made it 56-0 James Monroe. Then Spotsy got on the board before the end of the game. 1 minute, 31 seconds. 33-yard TD pass from Croson to Malachi Terrell. Their point after was good. Final score, James Monroe 56, Spotsylvania 7.
Thank you, and drink some soda.
Yeah, no
I know your throat's dry from all that scoring. Thank you, Bob.
Okay.
Yellow Jackets pick up another win here on the road. It's that kind of makes them feel good after that tough loss last week against Chancellor. So the Yellow Jackets back to their winning ways, up their record to 6-2 with 2 regular season games remaining and 2 big games remaining for the Yellow Jackets. Next week, Maury Stadium, senior night, Cortland Cougars coming to town, and we'll be there. And anything about that game, Bob?
The way I look at it, it doesn't get much better than that, and want to kind of get a little revenge.
Had many blemishes on their record last year. I'm talking about the Yellow Jackets, but it was Cortland who put one there, and you can bet the Yellow Jackets remember that tough defeat out at Cortland High School. Speaking of Cortland High School, we got a score earlier concerning King George and Cortland, and it's Cortland leading King George by the score of 13-6. That should be in the fourth quarter, so we're just sorry we don't have a final to pass along to you, but it's Cortland leading King George 13-6 in the fourth quarter. So, Bob, any final comments?
Nope, I'm glad to see the Jackets kind of bounce back tonight. They scored about everywhere you could from any distance you can stay on the field with that 94-yarder. And I think it's a good tune-up for coming into Maury Stadium. They'll be glad to be there, and they'll be glad to be taking on the Cougs.
Great word. Tune-up for next week's big game in the Battlefield District. Cortland and James Monroe. It doesn't get any better than that. That's going to wrap it up for us here at Spotsylvania High School. Final score once again, 56-7. James Monroe defeats Spotsylvania. We'll see you next Friday night at Maury Stadium for more James Monroe High School football.